Okay, so that's over there. I'm just trying to put all this together. Make sure, okay, off that laptop. That's live. No. Out, Bailey. Out. That dog just barged in here. Put your hands together. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa. Namo buddhaya, namo dhammaya, namo sanghaya. Hello to everyone. Let me see what we got on the screen. Oh, okay. So present behind me is my student Eric, who is training to be my assistant. I wanted to capture this snapshot. Today we were out meditating. We were meditating yesterday. I was doing walking meditation. We were enjoying the beach again today. Today I received an email from Trova Trip, and it is well founded that after everyone have taken the survey, the trip is going to be Vietnam, and we're going to go next year in January or February. More information as it comes along as I talk to Emily tomorrow. However, I just want to take this moment to, number one, welcome all of you who are new to Buddhism and some new students from Puerto Rico. You were able to hear the conversation, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we're going to go to PR very soon. It's beautiful down there. I look forward to going to PR maybe April time. So therefore, I know that my monastic agenda is going to be quite hectic coming up. I need to tighten everybody up about studying, practicing, do what needs to be done, practice what needs to be practiced, study what needs to be studied, and do what needs to be done. Okay, I almost laughed because do you know, how do you have a username like that? I died. I thought someone typed that until I was like, I don't have my glasses on. I died. Oh, I can't with y'all Instagrammers out there. Back on point. So knowing that I'm going to be traveling and my religious agenda is going to be the way that it is going to be, to run around and inspire people across America, run around and inspire the rest of the world and in the places that is needed the most. I'm training Eric in the event he's not traveling with me or is traveling with me, or any of you who is traveling with me, that I have a intelligence team that can take over some of the things that needs to be done. Now earlier Eric was here helping my teacher do some billing and I just wanted to watch Eric to see how fast he's going, how accurate he does it, how careful he is, or how reckless he is. And so I needed to watch everything as I'm conducting the Puerto Rico counseling session with the wonderful couples. And so, and by the way, most of your donations, a majority of your donations, goes to training these folks in helping the Office of the Venerable operate day-to-day basis. And that's why I am making this video, so that you all know where the money is going, how it is being spent, how it is being spent judiciously, and how these kids benefit from it directly, so that they don't resort to selling drugs or weapons on the streets, because that's what people do nowadays. And so keeping Gen Zoomers out of trouble, in training, having a job, and exercising their intelligence and wisdom for the benefit of humanity is a wonderful thing. Keep giving, because it goes to the right place. Furthermore, again, this is the year that things are gonna pick up for me. Over the past previous 5 years, I've been quite lenient on all of you, and so therefore this is the year I am tightening everybody up. So listen very carefully to the nature and tone of my voice about what needs to be done about CBT. Okay, and for those who are traveling with me, the 50 of you or whatever, according to the stats, if you want to get the most out of your trip, right? It's not a prerequisite. You do whatever you want. It is your joy. It is your sorrow. It is your suffering. It is your enlightenment. And if you do what is suggested, then you will get the most out of the money that you put in for the trip in Vietnam coming up next year. You would study CBT, you would take notes, you would just solidify that, get it over with, fulfill that. and then you would fulfill the Anapanasati, you would fulfill the Vipassana, all of the Sunday service on my YouTube. Everything's on the YouTube. I'll try to move the YouTube around so it's more organized on the playlist. But I left you all the resources that you need to get the most out of the Vietnam trip. The Vietnam trip is going to be one of a kind that the world has ever seen. I want people to come back to the US and say, oh my God, that trip changed my life. So that's my job. I don't think we brought the books in, but I bought some more books. Oh my God, these books were so expensive. I died today. I died. They were like this thin, and they were like $35, this thin. It's meant for me to get all of the most potent teachings of the Buddha and some sutta studies in the Tripitaka, the 3 baskets. So I'm going to be spending, again, majority of my time traveling, meeting you all, and preparing for the Vietnam trip. The Vietnam trip is going to be amazing because you will see my original monastery where I took my training, death meditation training, one of the most potent training ever a monk can in fact go through. You will meet Venerable Tong, my original teacher who belongs to the Mahayana world. And so and in my hometown, it's just amazing. I just can't wait. I lit up today. Lit. So look forward to that. More announcement to come. This is just preliminary information for all of you. And for all of my newer group of students, students transitioning to become assistants out there, including Sam, Gage, and Luis. Okay, we keep it together and continue during this training process so that you all going to be, is and are going to be the most effective assistant to the Venerable the world has ever seen. And that consists of your training today, right, Mr. Eric?
Yep.
Right, you got to be on point. You got to take notes. You got to do this, and because I'm using all of that, I just want to show you. Just because I have you do it a certain way, how do I conduct my own business? I will show you. You see that? How detailed that is?
Yeah.
This is me exercising my capacity as a medical interpreter. Do you see that? Look at that.
Yeah, that's super detailed.
Super detail. All right. And then look at, see, email, right? You dealt with emails today. You dealt with time, date, timestamps, blah, blah, blah. You see that?
Yeah.
Hold yourself accountable. And so therefore, in my life, I've never been audited in my life. No one's ever said, you know, you did your job and you suck at it, and tell us why you messed up. And I'm like, what do you mean? Look at my notes. Where do you think I messed up?
Yeah, you really...
Never, ever. So you're learning a lot of responsibility, and the way how you take notes in being an assistant also helps you take better notes in CBT. Huh?
Yeah.
Right? If you're sloppy in CBT, you be sloppy in that.
Yeah.
Right? So again, just on point. I'm very proud of you, by the way.
Thank you.
Because some kids, they're like, huh? I'm like, what do you mean, huh? Have you never paid a bill before?
Yeah.
What?
Gotta do it sooner or later.
He's one of my pre-saints. So he's one of my 5 or 6 pre-saints out there. Did you know that?
Yeah, you called me your pre-saint not too long ago.
Good. Stay that way. Don't do drugs. Keep the precepts. Don't steal, kill, don't rape nobody. Don't do none of that. Then you won't be a saint no more. So anyway, so that you all understand what's happening out there in the world, the programs that's ongoing, and how things are changing in my life, in my monastic life, how you know this has to work the way that it needs to work in order for me to be the one and only guy running around there inspiring other people, put Buddhism where it's needed the most, and keep the wheel spinning, right? Keep the wheel spinning. Suffering never stops in humanity. The cycle of samsara and the masses of suffering that is here and yet to come. So I'd like to conclude my talk more as we come along, and you all will see me give these announcements. But recently I've been really zenned out because I knew this was coming. I knew the results were coming in, and I'm like, oh, so it is good news. It is wonderful news. However, the responsibility lies heavily on the teacher to make it the best program the world has ever seen. That's it. I have such a high standards for all of you when you come into my classes. And I look forward to just meeting some of you all and traveling soon. Steven is super excited. So if Steven is going to be my primary assistant as he's with me, he has to attend to what is happening in the moment. That means you guys are background intelligence unit to deal with background stuff that I need and my teachers need. So it's a good team, and all the teams are now coming together. All of them are unifying. So it's going to be like a team of like, but by the end of June, probably a team of like 8 assistants. Previously there were a few, but then they just interchange and they kind of move around a little bit too much. It was a little disorganized. But I think we have a good thing going on, right?
Yeah.
Right, and Engage and Luis is going to move in together, and so they're growing. They're moving out of their houses, and they're becoming adults. Adulting, just paying more bills. So hopefully this thing works out, just because we have a good thing coming along. All of my wonderful students who have been declared pre-saints, the programs keep them that way. The program keeps them going, continuous education and training, and they will become the next providers of Buddhism for the rest of the world and to serve the people ahead. So I'd like to conclude my talk because he's got school tomorrow and it's now 9:30. May you all be well, be happy, be free, and always be healthy. Till the next time. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And thank you for all of your donations. Keep them coming. Keep them. Get your t-shirt. Turn. There you go. Get the t-shirts, right? Oh, the one thing I forgot, the most the little ninja. The one thing I forgot is that, let me tighten everybody up about this too. You are here to study and practice Buddhism. In Buddhism, we give more and we take less. What does that mean? I'm not asking you for money. Okay? Give more, take less, meaning when you have nothing else to give, you dedicate your body, speech, and mind for the benefit of others. However, understand that there is 5 consecutive concurring programs happening. Therefore, the monastic economics need money to make things happen. So if you're just here to just, I'm curious about what the Buddha done had said, it's not going to do you any good. Listening to me all day, every day is not going to do you any good. You must put into practice giving more and taking less. That's one of the perfections, is generosity. So if you're not generous, don't want to be generous, I am not the one for you. Keep looking for the next teacher. That's something that I will be very adamant this year, because I have seen the statistics about the masses of people that came, and they're just like, oh, look, free everything. We like free everything. And then they don't meditate. They don't study. They don't do the stuff that I'm telling you. Okay? At like the very least, if you don't do all that, at the very least, have you given more, taken less? Did you put in time and, what is it? Community service? Did you volunteer time at local hospitals? Have you done all that? No, you haven't. You didn't, because I would have heard it. You would have bragged about it. Okay? I don't have the crystal ball. I cannot read your mind. So therefore, again, if you're practicing Buddhism and you don't practice generosity, what is the point? Why are we here? So again, the students of the Venerable this year need to put a lot of things into action. The burden of proof no longer lies on me. The burden of proof now lies on you. So the whole world is waiting for you guys to do what needs to be done, so you become the next big thing, inspiring your town, your community, your city, your state, and your nation. Period. I've already put my spiel out there about how I gave more and took less in my whole entire totality of my life. My life is up for examination at any time. And that's why I sit here confidently telling you all what needs to be done. So, anyways, have a good night. I'm done. Finally done.
Have a good night, guys.